Welcome back to Ask Phil, number 20, I think. We're going to talk today about broody hens, and more importantly, how to raise chicks with broody hens. It's important to know before you start what a broody hen does in the wild. A hen will come along and lay an egg in her nest, which is somewhere secret and hidden, about once every 2 days. And then after a period of time, could be 2 weeks, could be 2.5 weeks, she'll have a clutch of eggs there and she'll decide it's time to sit on them and hatch them out. So she'll sit on them, pluck some of the feathers from her breast, which enables her to get good body contact with the eggs. And she actually cooks up. So she raises her body temperature to a point where she's it's almost like a sort of stupor or a hypnotic trance because of the heat that she generates. And the hen will sit there for 21 days, hopefully not disturbed by predatory animals, foxes or people. And after 21 days, the chicks will all hatch at the same time. So if we go back to the start, you want to have some chicks. The easiest way to do it is with a broody hen. Now, most hens will go broody, but some hybrids won't. So the older breeds, they will go broody, especially things like Pekins and Brahmas and Orpingtons, this sort of thing. They just love going broody. They'll spend all summer broody, which can be a problem, which we'll deal with in a later Ask Phil. So the first thing you do is save some of your fertile eggs. If you haven't got fertile eggs, then borrow some fertile eggs from a friend, or go onto eBay and buy some. There's lots of places where you can buy fertile eggs. Bring them back, keep them in an ambient temperature, don't put them in the fridge. And then when your broody hen has gone properly broody, you'll tell, because when you go to take her off the eggs that she's laid, she'll bite you. They get quite stroppy, obviously being protective towards her potential babies. Take her off the eggs that she's sitting on, which will probably be infertile if you haven't got a cockerel, and then put her somewhere safe, secure, reasonably dark, where she can feel safe and secure. Put the eggs underneath her. If you do this in the evening, you'll find that she'll just settle down during the night, and when you come back in the morning, she should be sat on those eggs, having accepted them as her own, and will try and drive you off. Now, during the 21 days that your broody hen is incubating her eggs, she's got very few requirements at all. She'll hardly ever get off the nest because, like I say, she's in this sort of stupor. She may get off 2, 3, half a dozen times just to go to the loo and have a drink of water, especially if it's very hot in the summer. So you need to make sure that you've got some food fairly close to her. It can even be within reach of her, but if you do put it within reach, there's not so much incentive for her to get off the nest to go to the loo, which is a good thing because it's messy otherwise. So just out of reach with your feed. Ditto with some water. Doesn't have to be a huge amount. She's not going to use very much while she's on there, but just check it regularly every day or two. Make sure she's got a little bit of everything. When she gets towards the end of her 21 days, you'll probably hear some noises from the eggs, cheeping or just little tapping on the eggs. And she will look quite excited because obviously she's been waiting a while for this. And so you can see the excitement in her. She's interested, she's looking around underneath her and just checking that everything's okay. Now, even though these eggs were all laid on different days at different times, they will all hatch within a few hours of each other because they were all started to be incubated together. So when they start to hatch, it'll take a period of anything from sort of 6 hours to 24 hours for all the eggs to hatch out. The chick, when it comes out of the egg, needs no food and no water for at least 24 hours because they're using up the remains of the yolk sac that they've grown with, and that keeps them going for a good 24 hours, which means that the hen doesn't have to leave the nest while the rest of the eggs are hatching. So main thing is, don't disturb her too much. Nature knows best, and you have to be a little bit pragmatic when you're using a broody instead of an incubator. Nature knows best. Let mum get on with it. After the first ones have started hatching, about 24 hours later, you can gently lift her off. Just check that that everything's okay there. You may find a dead chick. You may find some eggs that haven't hatched. Now those eggs are probably clear, as in they weren't fertile. You may also find 1 or 2 eggs that have partially hatched. Sometimes you'll find that the membrane around the chick will dry out and they have real trouble getting out of the egg. So leave them to it for a little bit. All the while it looks like there's lots of life in the chick, just leave it be and let nature take its course. When the hen leaves the nest and takes the other chicks with her, anything that's left in the nest, unless you intervene, will die, because she's gone off somewhere and they're going to cool down, and chicks cool down very quickly. So if there is an egg there that's partially open with a chick halfway out and it's looking weak, get a warm water spray, a little mister, and just mist it gently to moisten the membrane around the egg so that it will come away from the chick. If you try and pull it away with your fingers without doing that, what you'll actually do is rip the skin of the chick. The chick will die. They're very vulnerable at this age, very little damage at all, and the chick will die. So always use a little tiny warm water, sort of body temperature spray. And it doesn't matter if you get the chick wet, you've just got to moisten this membrane around the egg and then things should be fine. It's worth doing because it will die if you don't. If you do it and the chick then dies, well, at least you've tried. That's the main thing. But when you're hatching eggs, you do lose some. So that's something that you have to understand if you're going to do this. Be a little bit pragmatic about it. Once the chicks are up and about, they'll run around behind mum and she'll spend a lot of time on the nest, but then as the days go by, she'll get off more and more. Right, the only thing you need to put down for the broody hen and her chicks is some water and some chick crumb. The hen will survive very well on chick crumb because it's a high protein feed designed for chicks, and certainly for the first 4, 5, 6 weeks she can live on that just as well as the chicks, and that means that there's no chance of them picking up something too big and choking. So you put your chick crumb in a small feeder, something like this. Obviously you have to check it and top it up and clean it every day. Doesn't need to be anything expensive, needs to be quite low, obviously, so the chicks can get to it. They will run around it, they will poo in it, all kinds of stuff will go on, which that's why you have to clean it every day. But something for them easy to reach, no problem at all. Chick crumb and water. Just a very simple little drinker like this is ideal. With water, with chicks, it's the quickest way to kill them, is they fall in the water. People think they drown, but most chicks won't drown in shallow water. What they do is they chill. Because they're very small, they've only got sort of light down over their bodies. Once they get wet, they cool down very, very quickly, and you can kill a chick within half an hour or so just from having fallen into the water. So if you get some pebbles or marbles and put in around the trough in your drinker so that you can still see the water between them, but if a chick gets in there, it can't actually fall into the water, and that way you'll stop any of your chicks cooling off like that. And it's a real shame if you lose a chick with something as silly as that. Your chicks are going to stay with their mum for anything up to 6 weeks, really. If you've got a big field, then they can go out and run around with her afterwards. She'll love that, and hang on to them for 10, 12 weeks or so. Right, so you've got your chicks, giving them lots of fresh air, letting them walk around with mum. They're learning to be chickens. If you watch your broody hen, who's now mother hen, she'll teach the chicks everything to do. She'll attract them to what she thinks is food, and she'll try and tell them what isn't food. It's a wonderful thing to watch. If you've got children, it's great entertainment and wonderful education, teaching them about life, the good bits and the bad bits. And it's a wonderful thing to do. So if you get the opportunity, if one of your hens goes broody and you can deal with a few more birds, then just hatch out some eggs with your broody hen, and I think it'll be possibly the most exciting 3 or 4 weeks of your life, and then you can watch them as they grow up and all of a sudden they're just some more hens in your flock. There is always the possibility, especially if you have got a hybrid hen that's gone broody, that she might not last the full 3 weeks. You might get to about 2 weeks and think, well, I've had quite enough of this, I want to go out and sort of peck around on the grass and see what's going on, and just abandons her eggs. There's not a lot you can do about that unless you've got access to an incubator or another broody hen, or perhaps a friend that's got a broody hen. So you have to be prepared for that. Sometimes they will abandon their eggs. You want to make sure that you put your broody hen and her eggs in a safe place. Don't think, well, she's all right, she's in the corner of the hen house, the other birds will ignore her and all this sort of stuff, because once the chicks hatch, the other birds will attack them and kill them, because they're just little fluffy things which to a chicken is food. Obviously its mum will try and protect them, but the other hens will eat them. So, and if there's a cockerel there, the cockerel may attack them as well. So this is why it's important to put them somewhere safe and separate on their own. A broody coop is ideal for this, and we'll just flash off a quick video in a minute just to basically show you what a broody coop is and the facilities that it has. Namely, it enables you to put your broody in there safely, you can watch her without disturbing her, and there's room for her and the chicks in their first few weeks of life to exercise, get some sunshine and grow up a bit. Pretty much that's it for broodies. What I will do another day is how to stop your hen going broody, because that can be a real pest sometimes. This is just to run through the basic facilities that you need from a broody coop. You need a secure box type house for her to go in, with good and easy access, nice and secure so no rats or mice can get in there. Lifting lid like that. You also want a little drop down back door so that you can have a look in and make sure that she's fine and healthy, but without disturbing her too much. Attached to the broody coop is a run, and this is so that when she's sitting on the eggs, she can come out and go to the loo and have a drink, have something to eat, and then once the chicks have hatched, there's enough room for them to come out on a bit of grass. This is a nice supportable unit, so you can move it around on your lawn or wherever, so that the birds can come out on fresh ground, get some grass, get some sunshine like this is today, but at the same time you've got easy access to them. A lift out panel here, a secure little sliding door, so when they go to bed at night you can slide that across and lock it, so that, again, no rats or anything nasty, weasels, stoats can get in and kill the chicks and maybe the hen as well. That pops on there securely, and then when they get bigger, once your chicks are sort of 3 weeks old or something, and if they're in a secure garden or something like that where there's nothing around that's going to attack them, you can just open the little door in the end, and mum will take them out for a walk around the garden, showing them all the little bugs and seeds and everything that can be eaten. So that's basically what you want from a broody coop. A safe box for her to sit in and hatch the eggs, a secure run with easy access so that the mother and chicks can come out, get some sunshine and a bit of exercise. That's a broody coop. If you've got any questions for Ask Phil, please email in to info@flightsofancy.co.uk. That's flight with a Y. Or you can go on to our Facebook channel, Flight So Fancy Facebook channel, or our YouTube video channel, where all the Ask Phil questions are, and loads more videos from Flight So Fancy. If you're interested in any products that have been featured on our videos, please have a look on our website, which is www.flightsofancy, again with a y.co.uk, and there's lots and lots of information, lots of products, and loads and loads and loads of chicken knowledge that's been garnered over the years. Also, just in case you're not on the internet, I'm not quite sure how you're watching this, but we also do a printed catalogue as well, which is we're just printing this year's now. So thank you very much indeed for watching. Bye bye.